because I used to be so bad at speaking on a camera, so I'd have to edit everything. What's going on, guys? I'm here with Sheldon Tweedie, just on your phone.
Yo, what's going on? I hope you're all super well.
Anyway, we're gonna go live on Instagram right now and answer some questions. Sheldon, if you guys don't know Sheldon, you should know him by now, but he is another great soccer player, football player.
Thanks, man. I appreciate it.
YouTuber. I suggest you follow him. He's up and coming.
Oh, you're live already?
I'm already live, yeah.
Oh my, you got banging people.
So anyway, me and Sheldon have been meeting up a little bit, just doing some videos. We're doing a Q&A now. Half of the other Q&A that we're doing is on his channel, so I'm gonna put the link in the description. Go and click that to watch the other half of the questions.
Pretty good questions.
Really good questions answered already. So anyway, the questions will be asked right now, and then we'll go through and
smash it out.
Do you ever think about managing a career after retiring from pro? Do you want to talk about after pro? Like, do you have any?
Ooh.
You want to do that one? That's a good question. So the first question is from Utak89. Do you ever think about managing as a career after pro soccer? So like, just our plans after retiring.
Do you want to go? You're probably closer to retiring.
Wow, okay. Yeah, so after retiring, I've thought about this a lot actually. Hopefully, you know, it's not for a while. Hopefully I have another at least 5 years of playing somewhere in the league or
so
somewhere
retirement's
in the world.
not coming up soon?
Yeah, hopefully. I definitely want to play for as long as possible, but I've thought about this a lot. I definitely want to do some form of coaching. Now, I don't know if that's going to be like a pro coach or college coach, but I definitely I really like the development aspect of training a kid. Like I like the taking them and doing the drills. Obviously, if you've seen my videos, I like drills. I like doing the whole like program to get stronger, becoming a better soccer player, all that stuff. So my goal is to one day open a big like facility, a Become Elite facility with a full soccer field, like a sand pit, gym, and like I want like have you seen the Borussia Dortmund with a ball shooting?
Yeah,
that one of those in there.
I want that.
I want it to be like a playground for soccer players.
I rate that.
I think it'd be awesome, and that's like one of my goals and something that's brewing.
Yeah.
But hopefully, like I said, I have a lot more years of playing soccer.
Yeah, so that's not going to come for a while.
Yeah, hopefully.
Matt, I think I've got my job set up. I'm basically just going to speak to Matt after I've retired and jump on that.
We're gonna.
For me, oh man, what do I want to do after pro?
Yeah, you're far away though. Yeah. Sheldon you're 20 years old, right?
20.
Yeah, so
I got another.
Hopefully your retirement's not for another 15 years.
At least.
Yeah.
I'm along the same line of Matt. Like I did a ton of coaching in Australia before I left to try and become a professional footballer. So I'm along that same route of becoming a coach, I guess. But for me, right now, I just love showing the process, and then I think maybe I'll show the process to becoming a coach, something like that.
That'd be cool.
Yeah, because I think there's so much value in showing people what you're doing.
Yeah.
And that, like with the Become Elite headquarters, like showing that.
The steps of starting it. Yeah.
And like
I've thought about that a lot.
Yeah, I think it's just whatever comes, I'll try and just show it, like the process. I love the process of building businesses.
So you're a vlogger through and through. Right.
I wouldn't say vlogger. I love building stuff. Like building stuff up, businesses, maybe a football business of some sort. I love probably just gonna link up with Matt and get a job there.
Yeah.
To be honest.
We'll see, but definitely, you know, in the field of soccer.
Yeah. I don't think I'd go past that. I always say follow your passion, and that's my biggest thing. And
I'm right there with you. Perfect. So let's do we'll do 4 questions in this Q&A, so 3 more.
3 more.
3 more questions.
Matt, can you adopt me?
Can I what?
Adopt.
Yeah, I got you. Oh, that's what age would you suggest kids to start weightlifting?
Oh, do you want to do that?
Yeah, let's do that one.
Yeah. We literally spoke about this.
We just
before.
talked about this. All right, so next question is from Sheldon. I think it's 3N. I don't know. Anyway, the question is, what age would you suggest for kids to start weightlifting?
This is all you. Okay, I'll go with my dad's background.
Okay, yeah.
Okay, so as far as I know, as a kid, I was told by my dad not to go weightlifting with proper weights. Body weight is fine, but not like, you know, bench press and deadlifts and stuff like that. I think I started when I was 16, maybe 17, and he said not to go before then because it would stunt muscle growth or something with your bones or growth plates, something along those lines, and that's pretty much as far as I know. And I actually asked this question to you
like 2 hours ago.
So this is crazy, and you had a ton of info.
Yeah. And this is something I researched heavily because, you know, we both have this very similar body type, you know, especially 10 years ago.
Yeah.
I was super like an ectomorph. I would eat everything and anything, and I could not gain a pound. And so I always wanted to hop in the gym and start to do something. And so I asked my dad the same thing at probably around 11, 12 years old.
Whoa, you want to get a pump on at 11?
Yeah, I had body image issues, I guess. But I was like 10, 11, I was like, Dad, can I start going to the gym, or anything?
Yeah.
And it was kind of the same. He's like, well, I've heard, it stunts the growth. Because you could damage, the thing I've always heard was you could damage your growth plate and it would stunt your growth.
Yeah, I think that's along the lines of what I was
saying. And the science behind actually, this is just from my research. I always suggest do your own research, talk to your own doctor, figure out everything for yourself. But everything that I've looked online, the professionals I've talked to, it's always been like, damaging your growth plate is really even more dangerous to do from soccer and from active and like athletics than weightlifting, because the growth plate, and even the funny thing is too, even if you damage your growth plate, it honestly does not, 90% of the time or higher, does not even affect your growth. And that can be something from as simple as falling down. But again, this is just what I've been reading online. I really suggest you guys do your own research. I suggest you do your own research. But then anyway, all the studies I've read as well have gone that says you can be as young as 9 years old to start any sort of weight training program as long as you have proper form and you're learning from somebody. Now, would I suggest a 9-year-old to hop in there and start doing deadlifts and power things? Probably not. I would just say start learning the mechanics of simple weightlifting exercises. Like you said, body weight. There's no reason why you can't build a good physique with body weight stuff. Pull-ups, push-ups, planks, everything you can be, great body weight programs. And once you start to really develop and come into this program, I suggest that's when when you still really want to progress and challenge yourself more, then maybe hop in and start some bench press and some compound lifts, squats, deadlifts, but go from there. But that's what I really believe, and it's helped me, and I think that the studies, that the general consensus around the weightlifting community and the doctors and scientists there, that it doesn't really.
Well, it's all on you.
Yeah, but again, I don't know how many times I cannot just click.
Do your own research.
Do your own research. Talk to your own doctor. Do all that stuff, because I'm just a soccer player.
I will also say that being smaller myself throughout my whole career, I think it's helped a lot in understanding how to position myself. I say it a lot, that if you can position yourself, say if the ball's right here, if I can position myself here in between if I can position myself here and the ball's there, Matt can't get the ball because I'm protecting it, and if he does, I'm just gonna fall over, or I'm just protecting it. So, and then once I get stronger by going to the gym, then I can start to hold you off and win 50-50s and stuff like that.
Yeah, and then like I say a lot too, if you have 5 hours a week to do whatever, that's 5 hours of free time.
Yeah.
Don't spend 4 hours in the gym as a kid. Spend 5 hours outside playing with the ball, because that's going to help you way more.
100%. It's football. It's not weightlifting.
Yeah, exactly. But yeah, that'll be the second question right there. Let's go with 2 more questions.
Okay.
Let's see.
This guy said, "What motivates you?"
Should we do? Yeah, that's a good one. What
you like?
I was actually going to talk about that. What's like that question of like, what's your why? Have you heard that?
No.
It's like, what's your why? Like, why do you want to become a pro? Why? What is your why? Your why of why do you want to become pro? Why do you train? Why are you putting all this work in? It's to answer, and the whole thing about this was like to answer it honestly. Yeah. Is it really because of money? Is it really because of this?
At the end of the day, it doesn't really matter what your why is. Like, if you want to play football for money, cool.
Yeah, that's what I think too. People are like,
it doesn't matter.
Yeah, no, like people are like think it's bad to have your why for fame.
Yeah.
No, if that's what motivates you to go out every day because you want to play in front of
what does it matter?
Millions of people.
Well, what's your why?
Do you want to? You start this.
Okay, I'll start.
Yeah, you start.
For me, my why is I love football ever since I was a kid. I couldn't imagine myself playing any other sport.
Did you ever play any other sports?
I played tennis. I was okay. I played cricket. That was so boring, man.
You played cricket?
Standing in the field for 2 hours and watching some other guy hit the ball. I was like, this is boring. So I sucked that.
Never have understood a
so boring
of cricket.
Oh, you'll love this one. I played rugby union.
Really?
Yeah, I got pumped.
What about Aussie? Is that Aussie League, Aussie rules football or whatever?
No, you don't know rugby union.
I guess not.
Rugby union, far out.
We're so sidetracked right now.
It's like, rugby league? No. You have an oval-shaped ball, right? You know rugby ball.
Yeah.
Okay, and how do I explain this? It's like 15 guys against, or maybe like 18 versus 18, and like you get tackled, and then you got to give the ball back to your team. And then they pick it up and you can pass sideways. Like, you can't pass forward.
That's different than normal rugby?
Yeah, rugby league, you like get tackled and then you play it under your legs. Like,
yeah.
Yeah.
But that's not Aussie rules football.
No, Aussie rules is completely different.
Oh my gosh, okay.
We're just footballers, right?
Yeah, well anyway, so
I played those sports, but the whole reason, like I said, I love football and I like the idea of playing for a club with fans like shouting and everything like that, like the fame aspect. I think that's so cool and inspiring, like other players to be like you, I guess. And then as well, like the money, because it's a full-time job. You're doing what you love. And like I said earlier, do your passion for your life. And if your passion's football, do football. So that's my why.
Yeah. No, that's good. I mean, my why is very similar. Like from a young age, I started actually from basketball. Basketball was like my favorite sport.
Right.
But I just knew I wanted to play for a living. I thought, there's no better better job in the world, I thought, than just to go out and play a sport and make money doing that.
Yeah.
And so my why was to do that instead of sit behind a desk. And then,
so true.
Yeah, and then the other thing was just because it's honestly almost a little of everything. I really wanted to do it for my family, you know, because I thought it'd be really cool for my parents to be proud. But, you know, they'd be proud of me no matter what.
Yeah. Shout out vlog dad, vlog mom.
But and then the other thing is a little bit almost of I love attention. Like, if you can tell, because I videos myself every time. I love being in the center of attention. I love being in the spotlight. I love having people watch me play. I think that's so cool. And one of my biggest goals of continuing to progress up and up in soccer is because I get such a rush and high of playing in front of thousands of people.
Yeah.
Like one of my favorite moments of my career was playing in front of FC Cincinnati in front of 25,000 people. And that was such a high. And I took me days to come down from that. And that's such a big motivation for me even to continue to work harder, because I want to have that be like my average attendance. Now I want. But like that, you know, I love that. And so it might be a little vain, but that is honestly what gets me up and to keep on working is passion, a little bit of fame, and playing in front of people and family.
Yeah. Man, I was hyped over 800 people.
No, seriously. But then it just builds. You played in front of 800 the first time, and you're like, oh my gosh, I want to play in front of 1,000. And then you play in front of 1,000, and I want to play in front of 5,000. It just builds and builds and builds.
Third question, bang.
Yeah, third question, boom. And now...
That's your thing, boom, isn't it?
Boom, yeah, I always say boom.
I've noticed. Who's good at soccer, you or him?
Neither.
Yeah, we're both bad. You guys should make a duel channel.
A drill channel?
A duel.
Say that? How'd you say that?
Jewel.
Jewel? That sounds like you're saying jewel. Like jewels. Like a crown jewel.
How do you say duel?
Duel.
Duel.
We're gonna go for a duel.
It's definitely jewel. Why is Matt in London? Oh yeah, let's do that.
Vacation.
Nice. You're trialing, aren't you?
Trialing. I got one trial with Manchester United. But I don't know if I'm gonna go.
You're busy, hey, family.
Yeah. Well, I mean, I want to go see Big Ben.
How important is sacrifice? Maybe we could do a question that relates to us both. Like,
for sacrificing?
Yeah, like something similar, like, because you were in the journey in Germany.
Yeah.
And then I'm doing it.
So this question was inspired by Alexis Rodriguez.
We don't know it yet.
But it's about sacrifice and just like the terms of sacrificing and what it takes to really go abroad and kind of drop stuff to...
Because we've been on the same journey. Matt's been in Germany, I'm in England, and I think we would both have a very good idea of what it's like. And I know a ton of these guys are thinking about going and traveling overseas to try and become a professional footballer. And we're going to give you guys the bad part behind it, the not so good stuff.
Yeah, and then because I'm sure we have really similar experiences.
Oh yeah. I'm keen. Are you ready?
I love that word, keen. Do you say reckon? Like I reckon?
Oh yeah, I reckon this is gonna be good.
Alright, let's do it. You started.
You want me to start?
Yeah, you start.
Okay, so sacrifice. Yeah, I guess it's more recent for me. So I left Australia 136 days ago, I want to say. And it was one of the toughest things that I did. Before I left, I was so pumped to like leave everything and go on this journey. And for the first like couple weeks, I thought it was really cool. I think you'd agree. Yeah. Like the first couple of weeks, it's like, yeah, no family, this is sick. And then...
was this your first time away from your family, like extended?
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah, this is big, man. Yeah. And then I stayed with a family and it was cool, but not having your parents there. So I live with my dad and my stepmom. And not having them there to support me, like when I come back from training, like to cook, stuff like that, and just be really open with them because they're your family.
Yeah, even just there to talk to.
Exactly. Like my dad can vouch for this. I would go into his room 5 or 6 times a day and say, Dad, what do you think of this? Dad, what do you think of this? And not to be able to do that is, you just don't notice it. And then to leave that all behind, my brother as well, like all my friends, and my girlfriend as well. Like, we broke up because I went overseas. Like, there's a ton of stuff and a ton of sacrifices, money, like working a ton to save up the money. Like, people always ask, how do you make money to go overseas? It's the sacrifice of not just how many hours you can train, it's also the sacrifice of putting time aside to make that money, to make things happen. Not a lot of people see that, and it can be really tough. Like, over here, I've cried. It's rough. I met amazing people in my journey. Like, Matt's here now only for like a couple days, and then he's gone. So then I'm no longer going to see him. And then I had someone in Spain, and then no longer going to see him. Like, it's tough.
Yeah, it's very tough. Yeah. It's a very different life.
Yeah,
I'd say pretty much it's a very similar experience. I mean, the first few weeks are such a high. You're so excited. You're like, I'm going to do this. I'm going to follow this dream finally. And it's it comes down after a few weeks because you start to realize, you know, like, I wished I was coming home every day to my mom and dad, or even like because I went to college for 4 years, so I was away from my family for 4 years. But then I had 4 years of friendships that I built up. So every day after training, we'd come home and I'd see my best friends and I'd talk to them about training. And then to be over in Germany, and you'd go to a completely new environment with new teammates who don't even speak the same language. And I would, you know, have a little side conversation, but mainly it's all in German. I'd sit there kind of in silence, lace up my boots, and then come home every day to my empty apartment or to my empty Airbnb. And it was a very lonely time.
Yeah,
and that was
I think that's the biggest thing.
A big sacrifice of just because I'm sure you're the same way. I'm a very social person.
Yeah.
You know, I love to talk to people. I love having friends. My family was always around. And that was the first time in my life where I was completely just alone. And it was very, very different and hard. And then not only just the loneliness, sacrifice of that, but also sacrificing because you're, you know, like the financially as well, because I saved up and I had my parents there. There's always a financial safety net. They're like, if anything happens, we'll pay for a flight back. But
you don't want to do that.
You save your money and you are very, you know, you're eating the cheapest food possible. You're living trying to couch surf to couch to couch, do the cheapest Airbnbs, and you're kind of like, okay, I have a 3-month visa. I have enough money for these 3 months. I need to get a contract or something in these 3 months to work out. And then even when you do get the contract, your first contract, you know, is usually not gonna make you financially set for the next year. It's like, okay, I'll be able to barely live for these next 8 months while I'm in season. And so you have to sacrifice this idea of where I could have been home, you know, almost had a college degree. I could have graduated college and got a very financially stable job with my girlfriend in a town that I had friends in and lived that stable, happy kind of life.
But it's not your passion.
But it's not my passion. It was, so I sacrificed the financial security, sacrificed the friendship, sacrificed being around everybody to go chase something with almost, it kind of felt like a very little return. And the only return I was getting was just that I was pursuing my passion.
Yeah.
So I'd say those are kind of like the hidden sacrifices of really going after your dream.
100%. Now, I got a question for you. When you were in Germany, did you ever feel like, let's just throw it away, let's go back to America?
Yeah.
Or not even that, but you know, I could just go to America and I could play and still pursue this, but then I can be with my family.
I actually had one day in particular where I thought about, like, I'm gonna quit soccer. Like, fully quit. I was gonna go home, I was gonna go back to Sacramento, finish my last 2 quarters of school, and I was gonna go and move into whatever city and start a job. And I was fully 100% committed to it.
Yuck!
Because, I know, it was rough because I had been working, hopping from team to team to team, and you know how hard it is with them because in terms of, we don't have enough money to offer you. You know, we like you, but we don't have enough money, or we like you, but we can't really get you a visa. Or it was very like, I kept on getting those same problems. We like you, but we can only give you this. All we have on our budget is 100 euros a month. I'm like, okay, how am I supposed to get an apartment, food, and all this for 100 euros a month? And so I kept on hopping around. I finally had one team that was like, we're gonna give you a really good salary. We're gonna give you an apartment you're gonna live with this teammate in this apartment block. The salary was all cut and dry. Here are your bonuses, everything, all written out in a text to me. I talked to the coach. The coach loved me. This was at SC Teutonia Watzenborn in Germany. It was in the 4th division of German soccer. And I was so pumped. I called my family. I was to the point of like, I did it. I finally got my first contract. And all of a sudden, he said that, okay, we're gonna come in on Sunday. The sponsor's gonna come in with us. You're gonna meet the sponsor and you're gonna sign off and sign the contract, and then we'll get you in the apartment on Monday. So, you know, you get told that, you're like, I'm gonna be a pro, here we go. And all of a sudden on Sunday comes rolling around, I have my phone right next to my desk. I didn't go outside the entire day because I was waiting for the phone call because I had no reception. Waiting, I brought food prepared, you know, and I was eating the food and I kind of just waiting and, you know, watching Netflix. No phone call the entire day.
No way.
So I stayed up late. I couldn't really sleep. I woke up the next morning. I called the coach and he goes, yeah, the sponsor backed out.
Oh.
You don't have your contract. And at this time, I had 2 weeks left in my tourist visa. And I completely, I stayed in that room for like 2 days and I just lost it. I was like.
And you were thinking, that's it.
I thought, you know what? I'm gonna call my family. I even told my dad, I was like, book the flight home for me. I was like, just book it. Yeah, but then my dad just talked me out of it. He's like, look, you have 2 more weeks. Just finish out the 2 weeks. And then that same coach, he said, yes, you know, he felt terrible. And I said, I'm so sorry. I want you here so bad. I'm gonna talk to the 6th division team.
Yeah.
SK Kinzenbach. You'll finish out the season there with them, and then the next season we'll take you in. And I said, okay, well, you know, you hear so much. He's already kind of. I was like, I don't know. And then I ended up working out.
Right.
And then, but that weekend, I was inches. If my dad said, yeah, we'll book you the ticket, I would have been home and I would have been working somewhere.
And become late would never have been a thing.
This would never have been a thing. Yeah.
That's crazy.
Yeah. So thank you, Dad.
Vlog Dad.
Yeah. What was the closest moment for you to quit?
Not quit, but for me, every day. Every day. Not every day, I would say. Like, for example, today when I'm with you, like we're chilling out, I think that's sick. But when I'm by myself, it's like, man, I want to be in Australia.
Yeah.
Like every single day, I'm like, I could be in Australia. I could be in Australia. But my mind is, how's that going to help me get to where I want to go?
Yeah.
And that's the sacrifice. And it's tough. Like I keep saying, it's this. If you go on this journey, don't expect it to be easy.
Yeah.
There's no, unless you've already signed a deal for a professional club, like, and everything is done, you've signed it.
Yeah.
Then, yeah, it's gonna be rough.
Yeah, and you know what's funny too? After the German season, SK Kinzenbach, the same coach actually came through on his word. He's like, yeah, we want you, the 4th division team. We want you back. And he's like, okay, but you got 2 weeks. I'm like, okay, yeah, no problem. I was gonna go on vacation, and I got a text, actually a DM from a guy in Orange County.
Slid into the DMs.
Yeah, slid into my DMs. And it was Ivan Mirkovic. He's like, we need another right back.
Oh, damn.
They're like, can you come in for a trial? And I dropped everything on vacation. Another sacrifice. I was vacationing with my family in Italy. I dropped everything there. You know, I haven't seen them in 9 months.
Jeez.
I finally saw them, and then after a week, they're like, you need to come to. So I left that vacation, flew to Orange County for a trial. Because it was in the USL, something I really wanted.
Yeah.
And I got it, and but it was just crazy because the coach was like, yeah, we want to sign you, and I was just so numb to it at this point. I was like, okay, yeah, you know, I'll believe it when I can sign the contract.
Yeah.
And he's like, no, you know, blah, 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 we'll send you the contract. I had the contract, I was numb to it, I saw it, and I read it, and like, yeah. He's like, okay, we'll bring you in, we'll sign it. And I kind of was like, even still numb, signing my name, and it was like, cool. Okay. This is good now.
Is it official?
Yeah, is this right? And then it was like, yeah, so you're good. And it was like I had like a big rush, but then at the same time it was like numb. It was really weird. Wow. I don't know how to explain it.
I see where you're coming from. Though.
Yeah, and I had been so close for so long. It wasn't like, oh my god.
Yeah.
It was like,
it's like finally.
It was exactly. It was like finally. Like I expected this.
Yeah,
you know, I've seen this so much. Let me do an outro.
Wait. What am I gonna say in the outro? Oh, you're going.
Keep it natural.
Okay.
Alright, so that's it. That's it for the video. Big thanks to Sheldon Tweedie for coming out.
No worries, homie.
And if you are not following Sheldon Tweedie already, I highly suggest you go follow him, subscribe.
Link in description.
He's doing the same exact thing that I did in Germany, pursuing that very first big pro contract, you know?
I'm the little Sheldon.
Yeah, pretty much. He's like my little brother I never had. Shout out, Mike.
Big Mike?
Yeah, Big Mike. The other half of the Q&A will be on Sheldon's channel as well.
Episode 16 of #AskTweedie.
So go check that out.
Yeah, good questions on there.
That's it. Done. Boom. Peace.
No idea what that was.